Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Hope you guys are doing well. So, my name is Prashant. Today, I will be your host. So, today, for the afternoon session, we have Arpit Beriwal sir with us. Hello, Arpit sir. Hope you are doing well.
Yeah, I'm good. My voice is audible.
Yes, sir. Your voice is audible. You are clearly visible.
Yeah, just share the screen. Just give me a minute.
Sure, sir.
Yeah. So we'll start in a minute, Prashant. I'm just setting up the frame. Just give me a minute.
Sure,
Time. I will start in a minute.
sure.
Yeah. Uh, Prashant, the screen is visible.
Yes, over to you, sir. You can
Perfect.
start with
Yeah.
the market outlook and then we
Sure.
can share the BTST.
So very good afternoon, guys. Welcome to midweek Bank Nifty outlook and the broader market outlook session. The flow for the session will be starting with Nifty Bank Nifty outlook, followed by the broader market setup, few BTST ideas or STBT as per the market setup wise, few CDI calls, because after a long time we have seen some green shoots in the market. The screen is after a long time in green territory. So depending on the market setup, there are a lot of setups and a lot of opportunities. So we'll take one by one. Welcome to the afternoon session once again, starting with Nifty. Starting with Nifty after a long time, after almost 10 consecutive losing sessions, that has happened for the first time since its inception, 1996. Nifty has closed in 10 negative at a stretch on a streak of 10 negative days continuously. Today, after a long time, we have seen positive opening, and since morning, we have been seeing resilience in the indices, especially in Nifty. And Nifty is holding well above 22,222 levels on the daily scale. If we talk about the daily chart setup wise, I'll just go back a little bit on the recent past setup in last 15 days. So if we see, we have seen a correction in Nifty. 23,000 से हमने correction देखा towards 22,000 तक का almost 1,000 point का dip. And ये market का setup रहा है पिछले 4 से 5 महीनों तक का. 1200 से 1500 पॉइंट की गिरावट होती है, 500 से 700 पॉइंट का बाउंस आता है, एंड दिस हैज बीन द नेचर ऑफ द मार्केट स्पेशली फॉर निफ्टी. सो निफ्टी में हमने एक फॉल देखा 22,000 के लेवल तक का, 21,970 तक का. Yesterday we have seen some cool off, and today we have seen some buying momentum from the morning dip, especially in Nifty. तो निफ्टी में अगर लेवल्स के बारे में बात करें, 22,350 और 22,500. 22,500 एक मेजर हर्डल है, जो एक फॉलिंग सप्लाई ट्रेंड लाइन का मेजर रेजिस्टेंस भी है. नीचे में साइकोलॉजिकली सपोर्ट है 22,000 और फिर 21,800. तो निफ्टी का ओवरऑल सेटअप वाइज देखें तो एक अच्छा खास करेक्शन के बाद इंडेक्स find some support near 22,000 levels, and now it has bounced back towards 22,300 levels. So levels में 22,000 immediately एक मेजर सपोर्ट है, ऊपर में हर्डल है 22,500. 22,500 के ऊपर क्लोजिंग आती है तभी कोई मेजर रिवर्सल रहेगा, नहीं तो तब तक इंडेक्स एक रेंज में ही रहेगा. इसी के साथ अगर हम निफ्टी बैंक के बारे में बात करें, तो निफ्टी बैंक का जो स्ट्रक्चर है काफी डिफरेंट एज कम्पेयर टू निफ्टी. बैंक निफ्टी का अगर हम देखें, पिछले 7 हफ्तों से एक ब्रॉडर रेंज में ट्रेड किया है. नीचे 47,800 का मेजर सपोर्ट है, ऊपर में 49,500 50,000 का मेजर सप्लाई जोन है. And this has been the nature of the bank nifty from last almost 6 to 7 weeks. Yesterday also it has taken support near 48,000 levels and slowly steadily moving higher. आज अगर हम सेटअप वाइज देखें, इट हैज बीन वेरी मच डल एज कंपेयर टू द ब्रॉडर मार्केट एंड निफ्टी, मेनली बिकॉज एचडीएफसी बैंक जो हमारा मेजर स्टॉक है बैंक निफ्टी का, देखें तो एचडीएफसी बैंक इज इन पेन. ऊपर से थोड़ा कूल ऑफ हमने देखा है 15 से 20 रुपए का, जिसके वजह से मेजर मोमेंटम नहीं है. इसी के साथ अगर हम देखें तो कोटक एट द कॉन्ट्रैरी इज नियर डेज हाई स्ट्रॉन्ग खड़ा हुआ है. सो इंडेक्स मैनेजमेंट चल रहा है बैंक निफ्टी में, जिसमें एक दो काउंटर पॉजिटिव है, एक दो काउंटर नेगेटिव है. इसी के साथ हम अगर एसबीआई भी देखें तो एसबीआई इज रिलेटिवली पॉजिटिव, नीचे से एक अच्छा रिवर्सल देकर हमने बुलिश कैंडल बनाया है, रेंज ब्रेकआउट दिया 720 के ऊपर. सो बैंक निफ्टी के बारे में बात करें, कमिंग बैक टू दिस सेटअप ऑफ बैंक निफ्टी इज ट्रेडिंग द रेंज, और ये रेंज में ही जब तक ट्रेड करेगा तब तक हमारा व्यू मिक्स रहेगा बैंक निफ्टी में. नीचे में 47,750 47,800 एक मेजर सपोर्ट जोन है, ऊपर में 48,750 49,000 हर्डल जोन है. जब तक ये रेंज में रहेगा तब तक हमारा व्यू मिक्स रहेगा बैंक निफ्टी में, एंड इसी रेंज में लाइकली टू ट्रेड गोइंग फॉरवर्ड आल्सो. Now coming after to the broader market, so broader market में काफी टाइमों के बाद थोड़ी सी हमने रिलीफ रैली देखी है आज. Almost we have seen a lot of pain in last 5 months, and this has been one of the biggest losing streak in Indian equity markets after almost 34 or 38 years. That consecutively we have closed in negative territory for 5 consecutive months. That was October, the November, December, January, and February. Since the start of the March series, we have seen some green shoots, some buying at the lower levels. But एक चीज हमें ध्यान रखनी है, market is very tricky these days. So जो भी positions आपकी है, अगर intraday है, try to square it off intraday ही, और अगर positional view है, so better to hedge that positions against call or put options. So mid cap and small cap में आज breadth काफी better है और आज momentum भी है selective stocks में, whether you talk about selective defense stocks or selective consumer stocks, aviation, tourism, metal stocks, तो काफी अच्छा momentum है broader market में. But yes, yesterday also it outperformed, and today we have seen some follow-up buying. Having said that, but keep churning or keep booking out your profits जो भी आपके intraday positions है. So mid cap में भी थोड़ा सा bounce back हमें expected है towards 49,350, 49,400 तक का. Talking about small cap, so small cap index also similar way like a mid cap index, some cool off is seen and some momentum is seen in selective counters. So whatever positions are there, pullback trade may try to book it and don't wait for too much opportunity or time frame, because market has a very twist and turns. As yesterday we came out with a new circular by the exchange, by the NSE, that the expiry is going to shift on to Monday. All the NSE instruments expiry. So every now and then we are getting some other announcement from the exchanges side. So definitely a lot of changes are happening at the derivative segment, at the cash or equity segment. So we have to be dynamic and we have to manage risk quite effectively. In last couple of days fall, one interesting thing that has happened is what India VIX hasn't shooten up that much in last 4 to 5 days. So that was some silver lining, that there was no panic. Though the selling intensity was very high on last week Friday session, but if you see the setup wise, India VIX is not spiking up. That indicates that overall market is likely to be in a range. Having said that, the bigger trend is negative, but still India VIX is lower, so definitely some cool off or some consolidated move within this range is likely to be seen. So if you see the movement of the indices also yesterday and today also, after 1 hour sharp up move, overall Bank Nifty has been trading in a range. So ये जो सुबह के टिक में हमने 200 से 300 पॉइंट का मूवमेंट देखा था बैंक निफ्टी में. So I'll open up the intraday chart for Bank Nifty. Yeah. So if you're talking about the Bank Nifty intraday chart, I'll open up the 15, 20, 30 minutes chart. So a good uptick was seen in the initial hour of the session from 48,100 to 48,300 to 48,600 level. But post that it has been consolidated और वहाँ पे ही trade कर रहा है. So India VIX is lower, because of which the ATR is also relatively lower and the momentum is also relatively slow in Bank Nifty particularly. Now coming on to the stock specific ideas, so if you see market में fall definitely है. आज हमने काफी uptick देखा है, but मुझे last week तक हमने काफी intensified selling pressure देखा था. But थोड़े counters जो है काफी market की weakness के बाद भी hold कर रहे थे. And within that first pick is from the middle pack, JSW Steel. So अगर हम setup wise देखें तो JSW Steel has been quite resilient. In spite of the entire market turmoil in last couple of weeks, JSW Steel has formed a strong base near 950, 965 levels, and आज एक range breakout दिया है 975 के ऊपर, with strong bullish candle with surge in volumes and one of the strongest pack within the metal pack. So one of our CDI calls is JSW Steel. अब 993 से लेके 996 के रेंज में बाय कर सकते हैं. 960 का स्टॉप लॉस रखे, ऊपर 1050 के टारगेट पे JSW Steel would be a first CDI call for a 4 to 5 days perspective. So Prashant, you can note down the levels. Prashant, you're on mute. I can't hear you.
Yes, sir, I was just jotting the levels. So we have a conviction delivery idea on the JSW Steel buy near 970. Sorry, 998 levels, the current levels, and SL is 960 and target is 1050.
Yes.
Yes.
Apart from that, one of our BTST trade that is from the metal pack itself is sale. So as metal index is in strong momentum today, and if you see the setup wise, sale also kind of a triple bottom has been formed on the daily scale, strong bullish candle, and since morning we have seen sustained buying interest. So sale is a first BTST call. Right now it's quoting around 112 levels. अब ये level पे buy कर सकते हैं. 109 का stop loss रख के ऊपर 118 के टारगेट के लिए. Sale is a first BTST call.
So we have guys, we have pinned both the trades, sale as well as JSW Steel. You can check in the pinned section.
Yeah. Coming back to stocks, so as we have seen good momentum in stocks also, along with that, one more idea that has been looking good from a CDI perspective, that is Indigo. So अगर हम Indigo का chart setup wise देखें, so it has been quite strong. Yeah, we have seen a good correction from 4,600 to 4,100 levels, but again it has recovered very sharply and very swiftly. On the weekly scale, it has given a range breakout above 4650, 4620 levels. Let me open up the weekly chart. Yeah. So weekly scale, if you see, there is a consolidation breakout above 40, 4500, 4550 levels, and strong bullish kind of with long lower shadow. Setup wise, positionally it looks good for 4,800, 5,000 plus levels. That's 1 to 2 months view. But on the immediate basis also, it is very strong. So that would be another CDI call that you can buy it between 4680 to 4690 levels with keeping stop loss of 4550 for an upside move towards 4800 and then 4900 levels. But this is a positional view from a 15 days to 1 month perspective.
Yes, sir. We are sharing that also.
Sure. In the meantime, if I talk about the Bank Nifty, so Bank Nifty, let me look at the hourly chart. And if you talk about the hourly chart, Bank Nifty after a move of in the initial 1 hour, it has been very much lackluster, mainly because HDFC Bank is not moving much, and at the same time, selective PSU and private banks are moving. So it is not falling much. At the same time, it is finding support near 48, 300, 350 levels. Uh, if I open up the daily chart, so daily chart it has formed a very interesting price pattern, but it will be too early to comment on it because again and again the movement of Bank Nifty has been very slow and sluggish. So multiple supports are intact at 47, 750, 48, 800 level, 48,000 levels, but at the same time 48, 888. That is one of the key level that it seems to surpass and close above that for any further confirmation on the upside. But in that meantime, the index is likely to consolidate between that range itself. Now, talking about stocks and market itself. So, Prashant, what we can do, we have shared 2 CDI calls, one BTST call.
Yes,
As per the market setup wise, we'll look out for any option trade also if we get any opportunity. Uh, we can take few stock queries in the meantime, and if we get any more stock setups, we'll definitely love to share it because today, apart from the indices, stock momentum is good, and definitely there are ample opportunities in the stocks to make the most of it.
sure, sir. Till the time we can take some stock queries. So first query is on HDFC Bank. Your view on HDFC Bank on a daily time frame.
Yeah. So if you see the setup wise, overall the counter has been in a very much range. If I look at the bigger trend, 1670 is the support on the upside, 1730, 1740 is the hurdle, and this has been the nature of the counter for last almost 8 to 15 sessions. So setup wise, it's mixed, nothing much on the setup wise. At the same time, supports are intact near 1670 levels, and on the upside, 1730, 1740 is the hurdle zone. So if you have already bought these positions, so you can keep it with a stop loss of 1670. Better अगर नहीं किया है या तो आप देख रहे हो तो better to move to another counter. Kotak would be better as compared to HDFC Bank because the structure wise HDFC Bank is very sluggish. So better to exit it and move to another private bank.
Sure. So, sir, Madhur sir has shared our intraday call on Hudco in the morning. So, call was given at a price of 178 with the SL of 176 and target price of 182. So, what to do at now?
Yeah. So if you see the buying price, what is the price? Can you repeat it?
178.
Yeah, so right now it's quoting around 177 itself. It is trading near price itself. So continue to hold that call as it's the intraday call. So better to square it off at 315 and because such counters generally are high beta. And looking at the setup wise, the stock is already up by almost 4 to 5%. So keep following that levels that I already mentioned. But it's an intraday call, so better to square it off by 315.
So your view on KFin Tech?
Exchange intermediary has taken a beating in last 1 to 2 months. The setup wise, if we see, let me pull up the weekly chart because the daily time frame will definitely show the bearishness. If I look at the weekly chart setup wise, where the rally started way back in July 2024, the stock has come back to its original that level from 880, it moved to 1600. Now the stock is back around 880 levels. So setup wise, it is near major support zone. Any closing above 920 would trigger a short-term bottom, but till that time, the stock is likely to be in a range. and such counters definitely with some bounce back moves also. एंड मार्केट के नेचर में मिड कैप स्मॉल कैप जब 3 से 4 दिन बाउंस होते हैं सब स्टॉक्स काफी मूवमेंट में रहते हैं, बट इसमें आप लेवल देखिए 920 का, 920 की क्लोजिंग के ऊपर ही फ्रेश मोमेंटम क्रिएट होएगा, तब तक एक साइडवेज.
So your view on IndusInd Bank?
Let me open the chart of IndusInd Bank.
Yes.
Yeah, so if I see the chart setup of IndusInd Bank on the daily frame, let's check the chart. Overall, the counter has been kind of in a. I think there's some issue. Let me check the stock. Indus. Yeah, NS. So if I see the chart setup on the daily scale, the stock has corrected from high levels, and now the stock is in a range itself. There is no major momentum on the upside. 1020 is a hurdle. On the downside, 950 is a support zone. So setup wise, it's similar like HDFC Bank. Overall, the trend is mixed. Now major momentum. 960, 950 के नीचे और थोड़ा weakness होता है. ऊपर में 1020 is the hurdle zone. Better try to exit this from this counter and better move to another trending counter that will definitely help you to generate more alpha.
So next query is on Senorus on daily time frame.
Cellurus, can you spell it out?
Yes, SENO.
SENO.
RES.
SELO.
NON. RES.
So it's Senorus Pharmaceuticals. Yeah. So I think it's a recently listed stock in the month of December. A very short chart history. Setup wise, it looks still good. Good recovery seen from 520 levels to 580 levels in last 2 days. Setup wise on the weekly scale, major hurdle is seen near 620 levels. Fresh momentum only above 620 closing basis. अगर पोजीशन ऑलरेडी लिए हुई है तो आप 620 के लेवल तक के अराउंड बुक कर सकते हैं एंड देन वेट फॉर फ्रेश अपॉर्चुनिटी. इन द मीनटाइम एज वी ऑलरेडी डिस्कसिंग, सेल हैज सीन अ गुड अपटेक आल्सो. दैट वाज अ BTC call, so that is already gaining momentum. That is one of the BTC call that we have already shared the levels. Along with that, there are a couple of more ideas that we are looking out for BTC. So we have flashing on terminal. Let me just tell the levels. Yeah. So if I look at the chart setup of NCC, so NCC, if you see, a lot of counter has seen some pullback move in today's move because mid cap and small cap has seen some momentum. So NCC, अगर हम chart setup is देखो तो weekly trend downtrend में, but on the daily scale, because of the pullback move, definitely we can play it out. 186 is the price of stock right now. 186, 187. So NCC another BTST call. आप buy कर सकते हैं. 181 का stop loss रखिए, ऊपर 195 के target पे. Having said that, please keep this thing in mind. These are the BTST calls, not a positional calls. So please manage your risk and keep following your stop losses and target effectively.
So, sir, next query is on Angel One, bought at 2077. 2077.
2077. So I think the buying price is quite better. The stock is marginally up from that levels. So let me pull out the weekly time frame. Overall, the counter is in a broader range. On the weekly scale, multiple supports are seen near 2000 levels, whereas on the upside 2400, 2600 the major hurdle zone. जैसे आपने स्टॉक सपोर्ट जोन के पास में बाय किया हुआ है एंड थोड़ा सा हमने पुल बैक मूव भी देखा है मिड कैप में स्मॉल कैप में. सो कंटिन्यू टू होल्ड द स्टॉक. 2000 के एसएल से आप वो स्टॉक होल्ड कर सकते हैं. ऊपर में 2250 तक का मूव मिले वहां पे आपका प्रॉफिट बुक कर सकता है स्टॉक.
Sure. So next one is Coal India.
Another PSU pack. Some relief rally we have seen in the PSU stock, which we have seen continuously in downtrend for last almost 5 to 6 months. So let me open up the chart of Coal India. On the daily scale, it is trading in a range between 350 to 370 levels. So far अब तक breakout नहीं आया है. 374 एक important level, 372 एक important level है. 372 की closing के ऊपर ही fresh breakout रहेगा Coal India में towards 380, 385. So 372 आप closely watch करें, उसके ऊपर fresh momentum रहेगा. आपको buy 372 के ऊपर करना है. 363 का stop loss रख के 285 के move.
So your view on Bajaj Finserv 1860 call option?
So you have bought a call option since the start of the month of the expiry. Setup wise, if you see 1860, so Bajaj Finserv में आप काफी नीचे morning में down tick दिया था, but एक strong recovery आई है from 1720, 1730 levels. अगर मैं daily chart देखो तो एक previous support zone भी है. kind of a hammer pattern बना रहा है, but yet not reversal अब तक आया नहीं है. It's too early to say. Setup wise 1820 एक important level है. 1820 के ऊपर closing आती है, so आपने जो call option buy किया उसको आप add कर सकते हैं, और बाकी जो कॉल जो है उसको आप होल्ड करके रखें. नीचे में 1760 1760 के नीचे अगर क्लोजिंग आ जाएगी तो बेटर टू एग्जिट दैट कॉल, बिकॉज जस्ट द स्टार्ट ऑफ द मंथ, सो डेफिनेटली वी हैव टाइम इन अ हैंड. बट हैविंग सेड दैट, अगर मोमेंटम नहीं आता 1 से 2 दिनों में और 1760 के नीचे बंद आता है बजाज फिनसर्व, then better to exit that call.
So your view on Bank Nifty 48,400 call bought at
Yes.
8.
So I was coming back to Bank Nifty only. What is the
Yes.
which call you have got it?
48,400 call.
So 48,400. So let me pull up the chart of Bank Nifty call, because now we have monthly options. So we
Yes.
have a couple of screens attached with us to monitor the option trade also. So the price right now is around 890 levels. 48,400 call for Bank Nifty is around 895 900 levels. If I look at the chart setup wise, 48,500 on the immediate basis, Bank Nifty is very crucial. If it manages to close about 48,500 levels, we can see some movement towards 48,888, 49,000 levels. As it's a at the money call or slightly in the money call, you can hold this call. But important is that अगर momentum नहीं आता है तो आपको ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा 48,000 spot. I'll repeat, 48,000 spot levels के नीचे अगर बैंक निफ्टी में close आता है, so exit this call, because it's a monthly option, so we can still hold this call. But spot में 48,000 के नीचे अगर closing आती है, so better to exit the call of 48,400.
Sure, sir. Next one is on Mahindra and Mahindra.
M&M, you see, auto stocks has been in pain for a lot of time. And if we talk about the chart of M&M, let me pull up the chart of M&M. Today we have seen a sharp uptake in this counter, but if you see the chart otherwise, it is broadly trading in a broader range. On the downside, 2600, 2550, 26 is a major support zone. On the upper band, 3200 is a major supply zone. So if you see on the daily frame, आज gap up opening हमने देखी है, but एक major hurdle है around 2760. 2760 एक major hurdle zone है जो पहले एक support हुआ करता था. So I think वहां पे अगर है तो वहां पे आपको exit करना चाहिए अगर already positions बनाई हुई है. 2760 की क्लोजिंग के ऊपर ही फ्रेश मोमेंटम रहेगा towards 2800, 2820. So 2760 is a key level on the immediate basis for any fresh trades.
Sir, your view on Power Grid and NTPC.
NTPC within the similar power space and the PSU stock. Today we have, after a long time, we have seen some momentum in this counter. On the weekly scale, if we see, it is still trading in a range. बट अगर डेली स्केल पे देखो एक स्ट्रॉन्ग बुलिश कैंडल बनाया है, रेंज ब्रेकआउट दिया है 314 के ऊपर, अच्छी बुलिश मारुबुजी कैंडल बनाई है. सो आई थिंक 326 जो ट्रेड कर रहा है इसकी क्लोजिंग के ऊपर डेफिनेटली कैन सी सम मोमेंटम टुवर्ड्स 340 लेवल्स. सो सेटअप वाइज लुक्स गुड फॉर अ बाउंस टुवर्ड्स 335 340 लेवल्स. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, इफ यू टॉक अबाउट पावर ग्रिड, yeah, so power grid still it's the structure is lower highs. However, daily scale पे आज जैसे पूरे मार्केट में थोड़ा सा हमने मोमेंटम देखा है, तो जिसकी वजह से थोड़ा कूल ऑफ हुआ है एंड थोड़ा अपटिक आया है. बट 267 is very key level for the stock to change its setup. 267 के क्लोजिंग बेसिस के ऊपर ही buys would be change in power grid compared to NTPC and power grid. NTPC is better place. So I'll open up the chart of NTPC once again.
Yes.
Yeah, so in NTPC it is near on the verge of its range breakout above 326 level. 326 की क्लोजिंग के ऊपर डेफिनेटली हमें 333 340 तक का मूव दिख सकता है.
So sir, if you can see the Nifty CPSE index is up by 3% today. So can we say that it is forming a base and we can expect a good upside?
If we say base can be formed as of now, what is happening in last couple of months, as soon as we see some recovery after 2 to 3 days, we don't see any follow-up buying. So far the recovery is of 2 days. The important question is that how well we do tomorrow and day after. And if we see some continuously momentum tomorrow and day after as well, then only it will be too early to say that we have seen some stability on the downside level. Yeah, on the immediate basis, kind of a double bottom pattern, but its confirmation will be only a closing above 5750 levels. 5750 की closing के ऊपर एक double bottom would be confirmed, but till that time, it is likely to be in a range and better to be stock specific and try to make them play the momentum and exit your positions also.
Okay, sir. So next one is Ease My Trip.
Ease My Trip is totally downtrend, and in fact, from last couple of days, we were scanning the entire NSE 500 also. continuously in downtrend. There is today we have seen some pullback, but if you see the setup wise, better to exit your positions at any bound because the bigger term of the stock is in quite in pain. There is no point of holding it. कोई भी bounce आता है 12, 12.5, 13 तक का, we would advise to exit the counter.
Sir, your view on REC and PFC, midterm view.
Which stock?
REC and PFC.
REC and PFC is similar from the space of the government-based stocks. If you see the similar chart-wise, all the stocks are on the verge of its falling supply trend line breakout. Let me pull up the chart of PFC. First, I'll look at the chart of PFC. So PFC and REC similar structure-wise on the verge of its falling supply trend line channel breakout. PFC में 398 का level important है, उसके ऊपर closing levels we can see some uptick towards 410 levels. If we talk about REC, yeah, so REC also similar structure forming higher highs, higher lows from last 3 days, but major hurdle is around seen 405 levels. 405 की closing आएगी तभी एक short term setup जो stock का वो change होगा, तब तक एक overall range bound movement में है. Coming back to the index, Prashant, you on mute.
Oh, sorry.
No problem. Coming back to index, today after a long time we have seen positive closing in Nifty with decent gains of around 250 points. Bank Nifty has relatively underperformed today. That we can clearly see. The Nifty is up by 1%. Bank Nifty is barely up by 0.5%. But having said that, good part is that broader market is some recovery has been seen and good participation is seen across the broader market. 2 CDI calls we have given, 2 BTST calls we have given. So try to make the most of it from the stock, from the index, from the stocks and the BTST trades. Because as we see, jidhar opportunity hai, we have to make the most of it. And the overall market setup has been that 8 to 10 days it falls, 4 to 5 days it bounces, 8 to 10 days it falls, 4 to 5 days bounces. This has been the trend of the market for last almost 4 to 5 months. Try to understand this trend and make the most of it. आइडियाज हमने ऑलरेडी शेयर कर दिए. ऑप्शन सेटअप वाइज जो बैंक निफ्टी का कॉल हमने ऑलरेडी शेयर वो बताया हुआ है कि 48,000 जो है एक इंपॉर्टेंट लेवल है जिसने 48,400 का कॉल बाय किया हुआ था. बट द मूवमेंट इज वेरी वेरी स्लो, सो प्लीज मेक श्योर कि आप वो स्टॉप लॉस मेंटेन रखें. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, 2 calls CDI and 2 BTST we have shared. Prashant, we can take 1 or 2 more stock queries and then we can close out the session.
Next one is Dhani for long-term view.
Let me pull up the chart.
Yes.
It's been a while that I have seen this counter. And if you see the setup as on the weekly scale, not that promising. However, the stock is back to its previous support zone where the rally started in September 24 from 65 levels to 110 levels. The stock moved and now the stock is back to 62 levels. But looking at the chart setup wise, it is not still that great. Better to exit this counter on bounce near 65, 68 levels. The bigger trend is still in play, so better to exit this counter.
So our last query is on Hindalco for BTST.
Yeah, so metal pack and if you see metal stocks has been good momentum that we have seen. Hindalco weekly setup is also quite promising. On the daily scale, if you see nice range breakout above 640 levels, strong bullish candle. The sector is in flavor and definitely we go for the BTST because हमारा sale भी जो है वो metal pack में से था and JSW also positional is from this space. So Hindalco आप कर सकते हैं. 645 का stop loss रखिए आप, 670 to 675 के target.
So thank you so much, Arpit sir, for your views on the market as well as on indexes and sharing couple of ideas as BDST and conviction delivery idea. So guys, thank you so much for joining the call and please do join us tomorrow morning session with Nikun sir and tomorrow's Nifty expiry with our own Nifty queen, Shivangi ma'am. Thank you, Arpit sir.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.